I'm trying to get you to see when Jesus was in a good sleep, they woke him, but the motivator was fear. Asking him something they never should have asked him. Doest you not care that we are perishing? When fear grips you, it'll convince you that God doesn't care about you. Doesn't care about what you're going through. Doesn't care about what your child going through. And they asked him, notice this. They asked him, teacher, verse 38, do you not care that we are perishing? You sleeping while water getting in the boat? I'm praying. You're not answering me. And the pain is getting worse day by day. Lord, I thought by now certain things would have happened. I expressed that to you. And now I fear that it may never happen. But see, the mistake they made was twofold. One, forgetting the spoken word, let us go to the other side. Two, making a choice not to believe. Did y'all hear that? Because the devil cannot make you not believe. We give the devil too much credit. We give demons too much credit. We even give evil folk too much credit. A person can't make you enter into a place where you don't believe God. Somebody shout, it's a choice. Somebody shout, it's a choice. I know trouble is here, but whatever you're going to live by, it is it's a what? It's a choice. It's a decision. And when they chose unbelief or doubt, it opened the door for fear. Fear was the motivator of them waking Jesus with such an accusation. Now you know he says in Matthew 18:18 that whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. They had authority. Woo! See, y'all didn't like that. Some of you you're looking at me stone faced when I said that. They had authority as disciples of Jesus. They had authority. That's when he told them, whatever you bind, whatever you loose. But instead of using their authority, they wanted him to do everything. I'm finna close. See, some of y'all was on your feet a while ago. Now you're growling and mean mugging me. Because some of us, instead of using our authority, we sit back and do nothing but complain. Do you not care? But wait a minute. Death and life in the power of the tongue. They could have once spoke life in the sense of we going to the other side if we got to go through this storm. Secondly, they could have spoke death, because death means the end. See, we shouldn't speak death as it relates to saying things contrary to the will of God, but we can use our mouth to put an end to things in a season where God said this should be over. Then you use your tongue. Why this ain't over? Some of it ain't over because you ain't used your tongue to speak death, to decree the end. But they use their tongue to complain. See, I'm about to close, but you're gonna have to ask your neighbor how you been using your tongue lately. Verse 38, teacher, do you not care that we're perishing? Then he arose, rebuked the wind, said to the sea, woo, peace. Be what? Still. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop hindering. Stop delaying. Get out the way. And the wind, notice this, verse 39, and the wind ceased. There was a great calm. But he wasn't through speaking. Woo! See, some folk love to be still. You hear folk talk about, oh, Lord Jesus said, peace, be still. Where you coming from, brother? You know in the gospel when he spoke to the wind and the sea. Told him, peace, be still. But see, he wasn't through speaking. Because he had to deal with them disciples who through unbelief opened up the door for fear. By asking them, why are you so fearful? Now listen, from a normal standpoint, a lot of folks ain't gonna like this when they hear it, maybe even here. From a normal standpoint, they had a right to be fearful. Come on. Oh. Some of you sit up in a 2,500 square foot house and it's storming and you're afraid. And you on land, surrounded by walls. And you out there wondering what's going on. They're fishermen, which in one sense gives an advantage, but in another sense, by way of experience, they know what a storm can do to a boat. So when he asked them, why are you so fearful? Just from a natural or human standpoint, they could have easily said, because of the windstorm, because of the waves beating upon this, because of the waters getting in here. That's why. But see, some of our problem is that we act too normal. Because once he tells you, you don't walk by sight, you walk by faith, then you're no longer just a normal person. I'm closing because some of you ain't going to be able to handle this because you want to be too normal. What did he want out of them? I'll tell you. Be quiet and I'll tell you. Wanted them to believe, listen to me, this is so good. Wanted them to believe the word that he gave them before the storm ever came. See, sometimes when storms come, if you'll just remember, he gave you a word before it even came. He told you the end when he said to you, all is well. You ain't going to lose nothing. Then he says to him, how is it that you have no faith? How is it that you caught not believing?